This news update is brought to you by...
Got kids? Then you need video on demand from Flow, with hours of entertaining shows and movies for boys and girls of all ages. There's always something to watch. Simply press the VOD button on your Flow remote. This is how we do TV. This is how we Flow.
This is the Barbados Today afternoon update for Monday, February 1. Thanks for joining us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Tourism Minister Richard Seeley takes the National Union of Public Workers to task over what he says is its immoral and disappointing conduct in the current pay impasse with the management of the Grantley Adams International Airport. The union, along with over 100 workers, staged a brief strike last Friday, demanding that airport management pay the 3.5% increase in wages dating back to 2010. But speaking at a news conference this morning at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Center to update the country on the sector's performance last year and projections for this year, Seeley called for cooler heads to prevail. Our Emmanuel Joseph has more.
Minister Seeley contended that the union's response was not based on facts. He said the former General Secretary, Dennis Clark, had written a letter to the management in which the NUPW had taken the 3.5% increase off the table. In fact, he said the union had also agreed not to demand the 3.5% hike until the economy improved. Seeley noted that the economy had not improved. He has also rejected the union's claim that the employees did not receive any increase in line with the 10% given to the public sector workers. However, the tourism minister insisted that the airport workers received even more, 7%, 3%, and 4%. He also said that the Grantley Adams International Airport, as a private company with 410 workers out of nearly 4,000 total, which work at the airport must make profits, but that the GAIC Inc. successes cannot be credited only to the 410 airport staff. Seeley also said that the union went ahead with protest action without responding to the management's letter on Thursday. He is therefore calling for cooler heads to prevail. Emmanuel Joseph for Barbados Today.
Amanda Priscilla Boyce was granted bail after she appeared in the District A Magistrates Court over the weekend on theft charges. Boyce of Thomas Gap, President Kennedy Drive, St. Michael, faced 2 counts of theft of lottery tickets and 2 counts of theft of money. The 25-year-old, who is an assistant at a service station in Bankhall, St. Michael, allegedly stole a quantity of lottery tickets and over $10,000 on January 11. She's also accused of stealing $13,814.16 and a quantity of lottery tickets on January 14. In other news, Government Senator Verla De Pisa dismisses opposition claims that the Royal Barbados Police Force has been given unconstitutional powers under the amended Domestic Violence Act. The act was recently debated in the House of Assembly. De Pisa contends that under the Criminal Arrestable Offences Act and the Police Act, which are considered constitutional, the police already has the right to arrest persons. The attorney at law made the comments at a St. Peter branch meeting at the All Saints Resource Center last night.
It has been said in some quarters that the police have been given unconstitutional powers. I am not certain what was read by any person with that opinion. Certainly, considered constitutional already are the Criminal Arrestable Offences Act and the Police Act. The police already have the right to arrest persons on suspicion that they will commit an offense. So all that has happened is that the police now have another in their very long list, because I believe in the Police Act there are 8 or 9 categories that the police can arrest without warrant. So there's now another one. That's all it is.
A senior Barbados Labour Party official makes it clear that Romel Marshall does not have his support to campaign on a party ticket. There are reports that Marshall, a former BLP MP, is seeking a comeback. But opposition member of Parliament for St. Joseph, Dale Marshall, told a branch meeting at his Horse Hill office last night that he would not back such a move.
Can you imagine how I felt canvassing in areas and seeing Romel sometimes ahead of me? Sometimes behind me, canvassing on behalf of my opponent. Now, you know, everybody can forgive, and the time may well come when I may open up my heart to see Ramel Marshall when I'm satisfied that he's seen the error of his ways. But personally, I find that his deciding that he wants to be a candidate now is more than little opportunistic. I believe that it is, and it does not find favor with me, and I believe that I can say it does not find favor with the members of the St. Joseph branch. I do not think it finds favor with many others either.
In sports, India knocks the West Indies into second place in the ICC 2020 international rankings. India now leads the West Indies by 2 points, just ahead of the ICC World 2020 set for Nagpur, India on March 8. Australia dropped 6 places to 8th. Indian batsman Virat Kohli's excellent run of form in the just concluded series against Australia has also allowed him to hold on as the world's #1 ranked T20 international batsman in the latest ICC player rankings for T20I batsmen released today.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
To news from the region, we head to Jamaica, where opposition leader Andrew Holness says his Jamaica Labour Party is ready for the February 25th general election. Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller announced the date last night, saying that Parliament will be dissolved this Friday and the nomination day will be held on February 9th. But Holness says the Prime Minister had no choice but to call the poll.
There are some serious things to come in the next budget. There is the pension reform, which will effectively just take away the small increase that civil servants have gotten. But then there is the ominous warning of the IMF, which stated in their 9th review that there are tougher measures to come, undesirable measures to come, if the government is not able to produce economic growth.
Internationally, experts of the World Health Organization today began emergency talks on whether the Zika virus outbreak suspected of causing a surge in serious birth defects in South America should be declared a global health emergency. More in this BBC report.
A group of around 15 to 20 experts in areas such as disease control, virology and vaccine development gather from all around the world and look at the science and the spread of the disease, in this case Zika. They'll advise the Director General of the WHO whether this is just a concern for a particular country or region, or whether it has significant implications for other parts of the world, making it a possible global emergency. The last time an international public health emergency was declared was during the Ebola outbreak. The WHO was criticised for being too slow to raise the alarm, but when it did, a huge international response got underway. Countries sent in medics, scientists, and even the military. Zika is very different to Ebola though, so the response is also likely to differ. Remember, Zika itself isn't considered particularly harmful to most people. It's this link to babies being born with small heads that's causing concern.
That's news and sports, but for the very latest, join us again this evening. In the meantime, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb for more news and sports. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also, tune in to Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Frenella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.